Welcome back to Honestly Rated. Today we're going to be talking about your favorite spooky specter, Grim Creeper. Grim Creeper, fitting for October, and someone also asked, is a melee-only character that, well, after playing a little bit, kind of disappointed me a little bit more. I used to like him when I was a child because this is a very cool-looking character, and it's also a light core, which is only one version I owned. And yeah, I remember him being a lot better, and I thought maybe, you know, my mind, like I couldn't really remember him since I didn't play a lot. Since so many Skylanders, I always kept switching between them since I own such a big collection. But yeah, his character kind of disappointed me in a way, only because he is only a melee character. There is no range on this man. He needs to get up close, but he doesn't like getting too flustered. So it's a weird, sensitive spot that he sticks in. But I'll go through everything that I've seen and everything that I looked at and try to tell you how can you improve the Grim Creeper? So let's get into his first two moves. The first two ghostly attacks in his arsenal are Scythe and Ghost Form. Ghost Form being what I'm doing right here. It allows you to detach from your body and go as far as you want. The enemies won't attack your Ghost Form since they won't do any damage. They'll actually attack your body, which takes a lot less damage than normal. Scythe Swing is also just a very basic attack. We can see it right here. Bam, bam. And then into a spin. I have a problem with that spin, and I'll talk about it after, but these two moves combo very well together. If you can get a ghostly attack into like a swirl into an enemy, they'll launch up into the air. Grim Creeper will actually hit the enemy, and they'll keep them in the air, which is very nice. So they can't get back on the ground, they can't hurt you anything. It's very nice. The problem comes in with the actual Scythe Swing itself. When you do the Scythe Swing and you go into that spin, your jump is fucked. I don't know why, but if you do the Scythe Swing and you have to jump afterwards, you're getting hit by whatever's like crossing the ground. You're not moving fast. You're stuck in one place. It's not a very cancelable move, and that hurts Grim Creeper a lot because you need to run after. With being a melee character, you need to have either fast speed to run away or something to get away with. Which I guess you could say the ghostly form would be a good opportunity to do that, but you're still taking not as much damage, but you're still taking damage. So it works in theory, but if you're getting flustered with enemies, you rather just do what I'm doing here and just spam the hell out of it, taking a little bit of damage, but doing more damage than your actual Scythe Swing would do. The first move you're actually able to buy is Poltergeist Scythe. It's basically the end of the Ghost mode, where you do like this little flip. It's just that, except you just throw out your Scythe. Like, it's just like a little twirl. Look at that. Whee! It does more than your actual Scythe in the beginning. Your Scythe does like 16, just like a normal hit. You can't move during this, as in you can't rearrange where you want it to go. You can kind of do it a little bit, but you're probably not going to have enough time to actually get it to move a lot. So it's not really that helpful. You just kind of have to just hit the enemy that's in front of you, and then maybe turn it just a little bit to hit someone that's beside them. It's more just use of a one type of enemy type thing. And it's okay. It works with his things he has, but in the long run, when you have a lot of enemies like this, you're just doing what I'm doing, and that is just spamming ghost mode to launch enemies up like that, because it's a lot easier than actually trying to use the scythe. Your next move is Spirit Scythe, which, even though the picture shows from the previous thing, it actually just upgrades your normal scythe. Makes your scythe looks cooler, it gives it a little skull, and it actually does up to 20 damage, which is basically the same amount as the other one, where you twirl your scythe around. So this is very good. This just makes your scythe actually viable, in my opinion. Scythe doing basically virtually nothing in the first half kind of sucks, because you're just sitting there spamming ghost mode, but now with this, you at least have a reason to use it. I still think his basic attack still hurts him a lot just because of the jumping. I don't know what causes it. Maybe I'm just doing something dumb, but his jump gets fucked because of it, and it's super annoying. But nothing crazy on this one, just an upgrade onto your scythe. The last two upgrades, Spook and Destroy, will let you have 5 ghosts with the living armor, and Armored Amor, which makes your actual ghost mode do a little bit more damage. So, as you noticed, if you run through enemies with ghost mode, there's a little skeleton that pops above them. That, when you go flying, lets your armor come back to you and hit them in the way, which did 11 damage in the beginning. Very bad. You wouldn't want to do this. You would just spam ghost mode, like I said. You just spam it and just hope to God you weren't getting hit that much. Now it does up to 20. Everything here just kind of gets everything to just do a basic 20 damage. Nothing crazy. And then the other one just lets you stack it up to 5 enemies. So you're able to go through 5 enemies, and then your armor would hit them that many times. Nothing crazy. These are very basic upgrades that are just meant to help you deal more damage, which sucks because I don't like his moveset already. I wish it would change a little bit more, but that's why we got the paths. And I promise you, I am not biased to the bottom path, but I think this is my favorite one. So let's go talk about the top path first. His first top path attack is Fear of Fear. Jesus. This lets you have a wider range of your spinning scythe, just a little bit more as time goes on, and it lets you move it a lot more freely. This is kinda good, but bad at the same time. So the main reason you would use the launching ability, at least for me, is that I would launch them up and then try to hit them on the air, so they just can't do anything, right? Like, it immobilizes them. It's very good for a singular target, which when you have to fight huge crowds, maybe it isn't the greatest. But as you see here, when you are able to hold it for longer, you can kind of stop all the enemies from coming towards you, which is nice. It's very nice, but you don't have that launch effect. And it's only doing 11 damage. Obviously, it's stacking, but it isn't crazy in my opinion. So you lose the ability to really launch them in the air, but you're also doing a lot more damage and also keeping enemies farther away from you. I see it as a double-edged sword, you know, but in the long run, I think this is probably a lot better than just his standard scythe. The last two being Grave Danger and Ghastly Damage for the top kind of help Grim Creeper, but also not because of who he is. One allows crits to happen more easily, and then ones after you're done with Ghost Mode, you'll deal even more damage. Now, he's a melee character. He needs to get up close. I get that. You can do more damage. That's pretty nice. But if you're going to get damage as a character that doesn't have a lot of health, who really isn't doing that much damage, right? I wish these abilities would have gone to someone else. Honestly. I don't know what's with Grim Creeper, but these just don't help. You need something to make sure you're not getting hit, but this kind of forces you to get into the main fray and just hurt yourself like crazy. Which, again, if you're doing like nightmare runs or you're doing like expert runs, it probably isn't the greatest. And that's why I think the bottom one's better. So let's go talk about the bottom one. First two moves for the bottom path, It's Alive and Haunted Help, are two very nice things that Grim Creeper honestly needed. It's Alive allows your battle armor to actually swing. So it's like eyebrow, which is not doing a lot, but it's something. So can't really complain with something. And then the connection one allows there's a line between Grim Reaper and his body, as you can see, and that will deal 13 damage every second, I would say. It's not a lot, but it gives Grim Creeper a range attack in a sense, you know? Because if you run away, anything that's in the middle that's getting damage, you're not really in the fray. Your body's at least hitting something, and at least you're not taking as much damage. So I think these two are very useful for Grim Reaper, at least if we're talking through like top path, bottom path, it's a lot more useful than the top path has ever had. And we're only talking about the first two. Let's go on to the third one. The last ability is Soul Sampler, which they kind of dropped the ball on. It says regain some health. You regain 5. Now you can technically get up to 5 enemies, which you have to get the skull over their head. You can't just hit, which sucks. So if you get all 5 and you don't take any damage, you're getting 25 HP back. But if you do take damage, you're getting jack shit back. It takes sampling to the absolutely fucking extreme, and I feel like if they just get like 10, that would at least make it a little nicer. Not bad, but certainly is not as good as it could have been. Now we talk about a Souljum Help from Beyond. This is another move that is pretty nice because there is a projectile in the mix. Anytime you kill an enemy, their soul will be this little ghostly guy, and the little ghostly men will run at the enemies and just kind of whack at them for 44 damage. It's pretty good, but you only get it after you kill an enemy, and if you have a bunch of enemies that don't want to fucking die, like maybe in nightmare mode, isn't the craziest. It's not a bad Souljum, I will say. I like it. It's very nice. It's very nice to do a little bit of damage, and you're basically doing nothing for it. And it's like a projectile, so you can't really complain there. But is it great? No. Would it have been more useful in other characters that probably have a better moveset? Probably. But, you know, we get what we get. At the end of the day, what do I rank Grim Creeper? I give him a 2 out of 5. Slightly below average. His moveset could have worked, but it really didn't. His Scythe being kind of buggy again with the jumping and kind of keeping in place sucks, for one, which I don't think that's on purpose, so that sucks. It really does. It really hurts him. His twirly wand launching enemies up in the air is very nice, but unless you go with the top path, which I don't think you should, you're not really doing much with it. You can hit enemies with it, launch them up in the air, and try to hold them up there, but it's not going to do any good if there's a bunch of enemies. So, yeah. I would say pick the bottom path. Top path is a little bit below average, and he gets flustered way too much. It's just a sucky thing for such a cool looking character. What Skylander should you buy if you want to get a Grim Keeper of your own? I'd say go with the Light Core. It makes them look the coolest. And maybe the Legendary if you want a little bit more boosted stats, but I don't think the colors look as well. That's honestly rated for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm very disappointed in this character. I wish I wasn't. I wish I could say this guy was the best because he looks super cool. And I remember being in love with this guy when I was younger. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great day. Have a great month. Make every day a great day. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.